Well, definitely some mixed reaction after a proposal by the mayor to increase the TTC budget, which will include increasing fares to some riders. So the mayor is proposing a 6% increase amounting to $53 million more in spending. That would make the city's subsidy to the TTC almost $959 million. The mayor says this investment will go towards improving safety, security, and transit expansion, and that includes hiring 50 special TTC constables for an increased security presence, as well as 10 streets to homes workers to help vulnerable people on the transit system.
The allocation of 50 new special constables that will be on the streets, streetcars, the buses, and the subway platforms and in the cars, just helping to keep an eye on things and just having a presence. Number two is the existence of 10 new streets to homes workers in addition to those that were there before that will try to help people who are experiencing homelessness and otherwise dislocated, who find themselves on the transit system and in the stations and so on. The third one that is not as budgetary is the one where we're going to recruit at the urging of the union, especially Local 113, all of the employees to start to help us to keep a better eye on safety concerns, which vary from point to point. Because we've started to put together the data that is held by the police and by the transit system, it hadn't been done before, we're now able to identify where the particular problems are in much greater concentration than other places.
Now, the increased cost, though, will come at a cost to some TTC riders.
CP24's Mark Liverman has more on that, along with some reaction. And Mark, it looks like we're getting even further away from Stephen Del Duca's Buck a Ride.
Yeah, that's for sure, especially with this increase, like you mentioned there. $3.25 right now. That is the fare for an adult on the TTC. This increase, the suggested increase, would be a 10-cent increase, bringing it up to $3.35 for that fare. If approved by council next month, the fare hike would go into effect as soon as April. It would generate an extra $16.1 million for the TTC this year alone. And this comes at the same time as the mayor is proposing and getting in the TTC a $53 million subsidy increase. For more officers, we would see 50 more special constables for the TTC in addition to what the service already has. And the move comes, like we've been talking about, as the TTC grapples with a spike in violent crime in recent months, including a number of assaults. We even saw a murder on the TTC as well. So a lot of people hoping that this will bring more safety to the entire system. But we are getting mixed reaction. A union for TTC employees called this a step in the right direction. Meantime, a rider advocacy organization said Tories should raise the funds in other ways. Here's more, though, from a union with the TTC.
Edmonton has a mental health response team that goes to transit stations to deal with folks in crisis. That's one sort of short-term solution that we should be using. Police, I believe, are around, but they're not the main responder to the incident, so that's a lot better. And then Philadelphia actually has a hub in their central train station for folks who are experiencing homelessness to go get a shower, have some food, and just not be on the system. So this is really easy to do. If Edmonton and Philadelphia can do it, Toronto, a larger city, can as well.
And Nick and Jen, the budget will be formally presented at City Hall next week. Back to you.
All right, Mark Liverman live this morning. Appreciate this, Mark.